Morning you lot, it's a beautiful Saturday and yes, I'm wearing a onesie. So first things first, my Patreon account is no longer accepting any more or new pledges. I would like to thank all of you for your support and your comments and of course your generosity. But as I said in my previous video, I need the motivation to make these videos to come from me, to come from either a creative place or a storytelling place rather than financial motivation. So of course a heartfelt thank you, and I do genuinely appreciate your generosity, but I need the motivation to come from me. And secondly, it's going to be a beautiful Saturday, very warm, beaming sunshine, blue skies, and I'm going to give you a tour of the town in which I live. I've lived here for 5.5 years now, so you know the area inside and out. It's a very quaint little town, and I mean a little town, it's only a 6,000 people population. I'll take you through the high street, the main town, and a few of the parks, which are really, really nice. It's the best places to go here. It's really nice to chill out and have a relax. And I'll take the drone. There will be a few places I can take the drone because obviously flying in a built-up area is not allowed, even in France. Okay, well I'm going to slip into something much less comfortable than this onesie, and then we'll take a walk. Let's go.
Right, that'll do. Definitely prefer the onesie. Haven't had a onesie day since we were on full lockdown 3-4 months ago. I'd like to just take this opportunity to say thank you to Ryan from Life of Ryan for our little adventure on Tuesday. Hi Ryan. That was a fun day. Videos are much more fun when you're not alone. So I look forward to the next one. But to today's video, just gonna have a wander around and show you everything that's worth seeing in this little town of Ernay in suburban France. Let's get going. I had a comment in the last video as to why Ryan and I were wearing masks even though there's nobody around. And the law at the moment in France is if you're out in public, you wear a mask no matter what, under pain of a €300 fine. So, better safe than sorry anyway. Let's crack on. So, I think we'd have a quick stop at the best shop in town. It's called the Changing Room. It does everything from menswear to kidswear to bath bombs to Swarovski jewelry. Would you imagine in a small town like this? All right, you got me. It's Carol and mine's shop. We've had this shop since February this year, and we had 2 weeks of work here before the full lockdown was ordered. So we got about 2 weeks of work out of it before we were on lockdown for 2.5 months. But it's picked back up. As soon as everybody was allowed out to spend, they came out to spend. So my favorite feature of this shop is this wallpaper here. Just look at it. All pink brick style sparkly wallpaper. And can you guess why I think it's the best thing about this place? It's because I did it all. And here she is, beautiful wifey, the driving force behind the shop. I'm just the guy who lifts the heavy boxes and opens the stubborn jars and hangs wallpaper. Each to their own. This canvas here with the Changing Room and the logo written all over it, we actually purchased for a fashion show that we were supposed to do in either late March or early April, that because of lockdown got cancelled. So now we're stuck with this monstrosity. But we paid for it, so we're going to display it proudly. So this couch here we actually bought from Gwen and Billy, this really comfortable Chesterfield, because Billy said there was no place for it in his chateau because it wasn't of the era. So we jumped at the chance to snatch it up from them, and here it is in our shop. You missed a bit. And no ladies wear store is complete without a giant picture of Audrey Hepburn. So this is the Changing Room, this is our shop, and next door to us we have a butcher, On the other side of us, we have a baker. Now I don't know about you lot, but I feel like there's something missing. Alright, and that is our shop. I just had to pop home to grab a few more things and make sure the dogs haven't destroyed anything. Okay, it's a really busy Saturday, so what I'm going to do is actually walk to the other end of the town, to the entrance, and I'll make my way back. That way there's a lot of noise, because this road here next to me is where all the lorries and commuters, they have to go through this town in order to get to Paris. So there is a bypass under construction, but it's not quite finished yet because of the lockdown. It obviously stagnated. So just coming up here is something that's new to the town that I have never seen before in my life. It is a baguette vending machine. That's right. When I think vending machine, I think of chocolate and fizzy drinks. So not this one, it's a baguette. Fun fact about bread. During the height of the French Revolution, the price of bread was elevated so much that in today's money it would cost 20 euros. So with the fall of the aristocracy, it became law that every town in France has to have access to bread every single day of the year. There's not a single day in France that you can't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and head out and get yourself a baguette. That's the lesson for today. And here we have the Hôtel de Ville, which is the town hall. This is one of the more historic buildings in the town, obviously. And the members of the town hall, when I first started my photography business, particularly with the drone, they were the first people to call me to get the aerial shots of the town. I think it was for Christmas actually. They just put up new Christmas lights and they were eager to show it off for their local newspaper, magazines and Facebook page. So they were my first, and currently, fingers crossed, they are repeat customers. So I am grateful to them. They, you know, I do owe them quite a bit for getting my name out there with the photography stuff. Anyway, let's crack on. This here is another one of those sculptures from Louis Debré, which I featured in a previous video when I was looking for bizarre location hunting for an acoustic album for a recording artist. But here's one here right outside the town hall, bizarre as it may be. And here we have a First and Second World War memorial. It reads at the top there, names of the children of Ernée who died for France, the war of 1914 to 1918. Nom des enfants d'Ernée morts pour la France, guerre de 1914 et 1918. And here we have the Second World War. Alright, so this is the first thing you see when you come into the town. You have this beautiful lake here, which is a perfect place to come for us to walk the dogs, picnic, or just chill out on a quiet Sunday. This is one of the few places in town I'm allowed to take the drone, so I'll give you an eagle-eye view of this little treasure. Let's get airborne. is the Plan d'Eau, the lake where we like to come to chill out for a bit. I've had to put my glasses on my head because with the mask they're steaming up and I don't want to fall anywhere. What I'm going to do now is head back through the town, but I'm going to head back through the side roads and the back roads to give you a look at some of the old French style buildings. And we'll head to the church, which is again another beautiful piece of architecture. It's only since I had a drone and filming the church or photographing the church that I realized that they all form a cross, which I found quite interesting. I don't know if that's unique to France, but I've never seen it anywhere else. But anyway, let's get going. This is the main high street. This is, I suppose the market's just about to start. It's still quite early. And the pace of life in France is a bit slower than any other place I've lived. But here we are. This is where you go for your haircuts and your video games and whatnot, your fishing gear. Let's have a look around. Here is the church of Ernée. I won't get much closer because it looks like there's a funeral going on, but we won't take the drone there. We'll be respectful. I've just had a thought. It has been known to happen. I actually kept all the archive footage that I've done when filming for the town, so I think I'll just weave that into the video to give you a look at this town from an eagle-eye perspective. I hope you enjoy it. I made it back home, and while we're here I thought I'd show you one more room of the house, just a quick tour. This is the kitchen. It has been decked out as a fully functional professional kitchen, obviously because we had the restaurant. Well, the restaurant, yes. We started the restaurant in September 2015 and we kept it going for just over 4 years. We built up a really good reputation. We'd won, I mean, I know it is only TripAdvisor, but we got 3 consecutive certificates of excellence from them with a consecutive 5-star rating. In April 2018, we won a tourism award, which was really weird for a restaurant, but they really liked the place, and we achieved that accolade. And then, like towards the end, Carol and I had had enough. We had very little time for each other. I mean, yes, we were working together in the same place, but it's very, very busy. days off, or well, days where the restaurant was closed, was restocking the fridges, the freezers, going through receipts and bills, and it became the job was our lives, and that's not really, it's not really how I would choose to live. And then our chef Sam, who you may have seen in one of my first videos, it might have been my third ever video, she decided to set up a food truck with her husband, and she left. And when that happened, Carol and I just thought, well, you know what, instead of finding someone new, we'll just we'll call it a day and we'll focus on the shop, because that was doing there's a lot more profit in clothes than there is in food. So yeah, that's our restaurant story. Your restaurant is really hard. It's got to be your whole life, and we just decided we'd had enough. But on the upside, we have a pretty amazing kitchen. Let's have a look. Well, here we have the main workstation, which in French is called a piano. And when we were getting the kitchen installed and Carol was talking to the supplier about the piano, I was like, why the hell are we having a piano? We're not putting live music on. But yeah, I made a right fool out of myself there, because this is the piano. We've got the two hobs, the hot plate, the plancha, and the deep fryer. And just as a little bonus, as a little present, we got this logo printed on. This is the logo for our restaurant. The living room. So you may be noticing a theme there. The restaurant was called the living room because that's what the kind of feeling we wanted to give off. Like you're in your living room and you're enjoying, you're relaxing and you're enjoying your dinner. And it went over really well with French people because they understood what it was. And then we went with the changing room because, well, to fit in with the theme. Now this oven here, I am so glad that we kept it, because when we closed the restaurant, we were thinking of selling it because it was a very expensive oven, but it's a very clever, practical oven. So if you look here, got this touchscreen menu, and let's say I want to cook some chicken and I want it roasted, bang. Now I want it well done. Obviously it's chicken and medium coloring. So you choose that, and then inside the door here, there is this thermometer, this probe thermometer. So you stick that in the middle of the chicken, in the thickest part, and when it's done to the 88 degrees, it will beep at you. So there's very little guesswork done. There's no guesswork at all. It's really, really, well, I'm delighted that we kept it. And the best thing about that oven, it is self-cleaning. We've been here just over 5 years, and I haven't cleaned an oven with my hand once. High five. Here we have a Dutch pancake maker. You get, well, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 50 pancakes on the go at one time. I can't quite remember the name of the Dutch pancakes. I know it starts with a P. That has been used by Carol and me privately more than it was ever used for the restaurant. Actually, underneath here, on this stainless steel cover, we have the original gas oven that the previous owner it was too heavy and too bulky to take with them, so they left it here. But before we opened the restaurant, we were told that it doesn't meet the hygiene standards for a professional kitchen, so we either had to get rid of it or cover it up, and obviously not going to get rid of it, so here we are. Plus it was an extra workspace, so it worked out well in the end. All right, I think that will do for this week. That is a little look into suburban France. It is the town where I live. It's a small town. It's a very close-knit community, but it has afforded me a great deal of opportunity. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little insight into where I live and work. The next video hopefully will be in Saint-Malo, which is about an hour and a half from here, depending on traffic and how you drive. And hopefully there'll be a few people that can come with me, but I'm not sure how their schedule's looking. Thanks very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.